there is a pasuk that said, Paro ikriv v'yisuv neisat tenehem v'hine mitzrayim. Paro is closing the gap, and they see him that he's closing the gap. The Yidumod, they feared, the Yitzakub b'nei Yisrael, and they yelled, they cried out to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, there's Pirushim why they cried. What does it mean? Are they crying? Are they angry? Are they crying that, like they said later on, that we should have, why do we need to die this miserable death? We could have, somewhat lived normally in the land of Mitzrayim. But Rashi does something interesting. Rashi says, Ve'itzaku, he says, Tasu umanut avotam. He brings two psukim. So now, what is Rashi intending to say? So Rashi does not discuss. Rashi is intending to give you an entire new perspective. This v'itzaku, this they're yelling, he says, is not clearly not yelling in a way of anger, because, and I know that he's not trying to say that, because otherwise he should have started off v'itzaku. The word v'itzaku says v'itpalelu, that they prayed. He doesn't say that because he doesn't find a need to say it, because it's not something that he's trying to, that's not the message he's coming here to say. The message he's coming to say is something entirely different. And also, what is happening with this idea of umanut avotam, the profession? So the explanation is like this, fascinating, that Rashi wasn't bothered. Rashi has a different question that he's bothered by. He's bothered if they're believers and they know that people told them they're leaving Egypt, and they see all of a sudden that everything is going, everything is falling apart in front of their eyes because they're being closed in on. That's a tzara. But they have faith and they know. So what's the problem? They need to see how it plays out. But it's not a time to crying out to Hashem at that time. So that's why he says they're not crying out for a specific cause. It's not like, it hurt me, let me go to the doctor. I have a problem, let me go pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. No, that's not what's happening here. Over here is happening something entirely different. Tafsu b'umanut avotam. They have a profession. Their profession is, at any given moment, for no apparent reason, they do tefillah, because they're connected. This is how their parents prayed. This is how their fathers prayed. What did they see? And he brings psukim, and he brings all the wrong psukim, so to speak. What does this mean? So, because the pasuk says, there's other psukim that mention, for example, Abraham could have said v'yamod b'makom, that Rashi says over there that he prayed. He could have said that when he prayed about Sodom v'Amorah. He could have said regarding Yitzchak when he prayed for his to have children. He could have said by Yaakov that he prayed that he should be atzileni from Esav and all these people. Instead, everything that he's saying is opposite. He's saying a pasuk regarding Abraham, and Makom asher amat sham, Yitzchak nasuach b'sadeh, Yaakov yivka b'makom. All these places are almost hinted, but they're not clear prayer. What is he trying to say? All these places there was no reason to pray. It was just for one purpose, that they prayed because that's what they do. That's what Yehudi does, and that's the umanut. That's what they did over here too. They prayed with the intention of just praying for no reason whatsoever. And that's what Rashi tells you. Now, what happens a minute later? They're crying and they're saying that why are we dying this horrible death? That's not a problem, because we find in Iyov, lo bedat tedaber b'dvarav lo b'askir, that, and Rava learned from this, that in a time of pain, the person doesn't have a mind. So it's not like the words that he's saying are not that he said it. It's that a mindless person said it. But because I'll just quote it: "Shein adam nitfas b'shat tzaro." You can't catch him on his word at the point of his pain. And therefore, what they said after, they were not happy that they're getting zeroed in and closed in, and they're seeing this whole entire thing go crumbling down on them. But that doesn't mean That's why they prayed. They prayed for the purpose of umanut. Like the person has a profession, he's fully involved. He loves it, not as end result of it. He's enamored with his with the skill, and this is the skill of every single Yehudi. And this is also what we could teach it. This could teach us. Like we know that the Torah needs to teach us something. Like this could teach us when you see Yehudi. This Yehudi, he has a umanut, he has a profession from his forefathers that are being completely connected to Torah mitzvot in a way that there's no end result. He's not looking for a gain, a personal gain. He's not looking for, that's what he does. And that's also a very important way of how we need to approach the Torah mitzvot, is that learning the Torah, it doesn't need to serve an end, period, over, finished. That means it doesn't need to be, okay, why do I need to know this? There's no point of saying, why do I need to know this? What do you mean? I'm showing you, this is amazing. Wow. This in itself is a beauty. In itself is something that's captivating, something that, because this is our umanu. And that's also regarding mitzvah. The mitzvah needs to be done with complete and complete being absorbed within it, and let it capture us rather than we need to find out what does this leads towards.